Good morning, everyone. Hello. So we're going to start our virtual session. Today we will do a review related to present, past, and possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. So I hope that this will help you to develop the last part, that is name second term. So we have here some verbs. So remember that it's necessary to know very well the verbs. So for example, here we have go, we have gone, went, goes, gone. So we have different mistakes in this part. And the idea is to identify if that is past simple or that is past participle. So we have in this part went, that is past simple, gone, that is past participle, and this is the conjugation that we use when we have she or he or it, goes, and that is repetitive in this part. So remember, when we talk about past simple, we use, for example, we use he went to school. If we use the past participle, that is gone, that is the present perfect, he has gone to parties. Okay, and present simple, she, here, it, that is goes, she goes to the park every day. Okay, let's continue with the verb understand. So we have understood, undertaken, understands, understood. So we have here other verbs. So it is to identify again the past simple, the present simple, and the past participle. Understood, that is past simple. Past participle too, that is another verb. This is when we use present simple. He understands me. He understands me. Okay, understand to me. And when we have here past participle, so this is the present perfect, he has understood these exercises for many years. Okay, let's continue. We have here swear, and this part we have sword, and sworn. So we have present simple. He swore that he will say bad words. But remember that is third person, so we need to use words. Okay, that is past simple. We have swore. He swore to his mom that he wouldn't say he wouldn't say bad words. Okay, and the sword is the past participle. Then remember that is the present perfect. He has sworn, she has sworn, or they have sworn, and so on. Let's continue with the verb through. We have in this part, we have through, that's the past simple. We have thrown with an, and this is the past participle. So again, so we have here, he threw the ball yesterday. He has thrown the ball for many years. Okay, so that was like a review related to present past and present perfect. We're going to practice here the present simple. Put the verbs in the correct form of the present simple. So a lot of people, so that's plural, people is plural, so simple. We use go. Pupils stop going to school. That's it, stop going. Because we have plurals. Plural, we have plural. And villages, again, that is present simple. So it's plural, so the verb is gonna be the same, organize. Skates, fits, and forwards. Students get a summer job to help pay for their coming studies. So it's the same when we have they, you, I, and we, the verb continue to being the same, doesn't change. And we have here teachers, so we have to use not work. So in present simple, remember that the auxiliary is don't work. Teachers don't work anymore. Okay, we have here we invite friends and families to be barbecue. Invite. And in this part, we have that. So because we have third person, remember that we need to use the S or the ES, depends on the verb. So that mows the lawn less often because of dry weather. Mows. Right? So if we have here pupil, that will be stops. Village organizes, student gets, teacher doesn't work. I invite, same, or we have she invites. Okay, let's continue. So in this part, there are actions, and you can see in these pictures, they are doing different things. For example, in this picture, we can see that they are moving a bit. This part, they are dancing. Here, he's drinking. They're dancing here. He's watching TV. He's watching a soccer match here, and you can say that they are discussing, they're arguing. He's playing the violin, and they are discussing, or probably she's showering him. So in this part, he is listening to music very loud because this symbol. The baby is crying and the dog is barking. So in this, as you can see, we are using present continuous. So remember, so we use is, the verb to be, we use are when it's plural, and the verb with ing. Moving, watching, dancing. Oh, we have argue. We have crying. We have playing. What else we have here? Barking. That is the dog barking. And listening. And I think that those are the actions that we can see in the picture. And then we are going to see some sentences that the idea is that you tell me if they are correct. Okay. The dog is barking very loud. He is watching soccer match. They are gossiping and they are moving. Are they correct? That's right. Those are correct. So if we want to use the negative part, so simple. We use isn't. The dog isn't barking. He isn't watching soccer match. They aren't. That's the contraction. In the chat you can see this. And they aren't moving. If you want to convert these sentences as questions, we use is. Is the dog barking very loud? And that's it. Is he watching soccer match? Are they gossiping? Are they moving? Okay, so I hope that this one will be clear. And finally, in order to practice this part, you're going to answer the question, what are they doing? So here, what is he doing? He's swimming. What is he doing? He is surfing. The fish is swimming. He's flying a kite. He is singing. They are jogging. Here we have he is drinking a milkshake. Could be. They are playing soccer or they're playing football. And here she's taking a sun bath. That part, he's eating watermelon. And the grandma here, so that's letter K. So she's reading a book. And finally, and finally we have here the dog. The dog is sleeping. Okay, so very fast. I'm going to ask you some questions and you're going to write in the chat that is positive or negative. Example, are they flying a kite? So, no, they aren't flying a kite. Next one, is he eating watermelon? Is he eating watermelon? So, no, he isn't. He isn't eating watermelon. Are they doing aerobics? No, they aren't doing aerobics. Okay. So remember, always you have to use the verb to be or is, that is in present, and the verb with ing. If we talk about the past, so remember that is was or were, and the question that will be totally different. What were they doing? What were they doing? So remember, we use was, and we talk about he, she, and it, and where, that's plural nouns. They, you, we. So I'm gonna write here in the chat, I was, she was, he was, and finally it was. And is going to be the same, but obviously talking about the past. So she wasn't drinking milkshake. Milkshake. Okay. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, in this part we are going to use past simple. Well, so past simple, does Jane Austen, as I told you before, so remember that he, she, it, I, that is was. So Jane Austen was born on December 16, 1775 in Steventon, Hampshire, England. Jane, the past simple, began writing about notebooks in the 1790s during her adolescence. She wrote Love and Friendship in her 30s. Jane started to anonymously publish her works. Past simple. So because we are talking about the biography of this writer, let's continue. We have here Jose Saramago, that is he was a great writer. Unfortunately, he passed away some years ago, so that's why we need to talk about in past. Jose Saramago, again, it is was or were? That was. Is a Portuguese novelist who passed when? One, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1998. He grew up in great poverty in Lisbon. Eventually, he became a journalist and translator. Okay, let's continue. And we have, well, that is a cartoon of Edgar Allan Poe. So we have the famous tale that is the Raven, as you can see here in the picture. So let's do it. Edgar Allan Poe's evocative short stories and poems. The passive captured the imagination and interest of readers around the world. His imaginative storytelling lead is the same to literary innovations, earning him the nickname "Father of the Detective Story." So, as you know, that was one of the writers who started to write stories related to policemen and this kind of the detectives and how they were in this world. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so and we have in this part the possessive pronouns. So the possessive pronouns, remember, is when we talk about whose, de quién, whose, question, whose is it, whose is the ball, whose de quién. It's mine, it's yours, it's ours, it's, and so on. So let's start with the first question. Whose present are these? So here indicates that the children. So because we have they, so the idea is they are. They are their presents. They are their presents. And so remember mine, ours, hers, or theirs, or yours. Mine, remember that is mine for I. We, ours. It, that is its. His, he, his. Hers. Okay. And possessive pronouns. And we have, so again, let's repeat. Mine, that I, mine. we, ours, you, yours, he, his, her, hers, it, its, and they, theirs. Those are the possessive pronouns. Okay, so with that information right now, we can complete it. So they are theirs. Okay. Theirs. Whose dog is this? Is Lucy. So the idea is to replace here. So is Lucy's. Que hablamos la clase pasada que el apóstrofe la S significa de en la traducción. It's Lucy's dog. Whose umbrella is this? Is my cousin's umbrella. So we have is theirs. Is theirs umbrella. Or you can use the same. Is my cousin's like this, and the apostrophe is at the end. Whose skateboard is this? Is Harris' skateboard, or simple? We use his. We have two possible answers. Whose car is this? It's James, or we replace James for his. Whose birthday is it? So is my father's birthday, or is his birthday? But if we want to make emphasis in my father, so it's better that we use my father's apostrophe father apostrophe s. My father's birthday. Whose books are these? They are my brother's. My brother apostrophe s books, or they are his books. Okay. And in the last, we have whose balloon is this? So we can say it's Agnes' balloon. So Agnes apostrophe, and that's it. Or is hers. So those are the possessive pronouns. Now we are going to practice the possessive adjectives. We have in this part, remember that the possessive adjectives, so I is mine, we is our, you is your, he, his, her, it is its, and they, their. So in conclusion, we don't put the s, just in its. Okay? So let's start. Write the correct possessive adjective line. So number one. So we have here dog's house, we can say, or because we're talking about the dog, simple, we use his house. Next one. Because it's an object, use its, su esfero, its pen, or Si hablamos de un hombre, pues his pen. Y si hablamos de, estamos diciendo que el esfero es de ella, her pen. Okay. Here we have, pero acá como entre paréntesis tenemos I, entonces it's my pen. Okay, so here in parentheses we have you. So your dog, they, their hair. We have we, so it's our cake. We have here son. So because son is talking about a man in this way, so we use his ball. Your task. We have here grandpa. So grandpa is a man. His head. House is an object. So we use its window. Mother. So we say her is a woman. Child. And it's a boy here. So his spoon. Jewel, that is a man. His son. Peter is a man. His sister. We have mother. Sorry, we have in parentheses, we have we. So it's our mother. We have here basket and we have here, so grocery. We're talking about the supermarket, so it's basket. Girl is a woman, so it's hair. And finally we have we, our daughter, and family. Her family, sorry, books, her books, but family is singular or plural? It's plural, so it's they. So I don't want that you confuse. Their books. And finally, mark an if, that's plural, their car. And finally, we have teacher, your teacher, because in parentheses we have you. Okay, guys, so the time is over. So I hope that this review can help you to finish successfully the rest of the units. So thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have an excellent week. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Have a nice day. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.